Welcome to the inaugural episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. We're your hosts.
I'm Feliz.
And I'm Andi. And we are coming to you from the sunny southernmost point, Key West.
We are two working moms.
And,
Andi has little kids and I have big college kids. So we are, looking at motherhood from both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, I think Feliz has, big kid things to deal with. And I'm over here, temper tantrums, toys everywhere, softball games,
Yes. I have big kid stuff, but it's fun. And I have a lot more free time these days.
I know. When we first met, I was no kids and had lots of free time. I was like, come on, Feliz, let's go.
Yeah, so I was always the one trying to find a babysitter, and now we're opposite. I'm like, free as a bird.
So hard to find a babysitter, and so expensive.
It is expensive. It is. We just want to introduce ourselves to you. We want to get to know you guys, and we want you guys to get to know us a little bit as we start this journey.
Usually, just a few things you should probably know about us. When we're out, we are always laughing, and not just laughing, but usually the people laughing the loudest, causing a scene.
Actually, the name of our podcast came from our friend who was with us. And when we told her our plan of starting a podcast, she said, "You two scare me."
And we're like, bingo! This sounds great.
That's the name of our podcast. Let's go.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Just so magical. All right. So let's jump. We're two friends with a love for the paranormal.
And a healthy respect for all things spooky. We've been friends for over a decade, and this has been in the works for just as long. Our mission is to bring you spooky stories to chill your spine, make you wonder, and hopefully laugh a little along the way.
The stories are true.
Or as true as people claim they are.
And they run the gamut from weird, paranormal, true crime to cryptids, aliens, and maybe the occasional necrophiliac.
No boundaries here.
Except for healthy ones.
In the You Two Scare Me podcast, we research topics that are a surprise for each other, so all reactions are true and authentic. We take turns telling the stories so we both get a little fright.
Ooh. Dive into the shadows with us as we bring you haunting tales in episode 1 of the You Two Scare Me podcast.
Shall we dive in?
We'd be remiss to talk about spooky Key West without diving into the mystery of one of its most famous residents, Robert the Doll.
Uh-oh.
Some say he's a possessed doll. Some say he's haunted by a spirit or spirits. Some say the story of Robert was just a product of an overactive child's imagination. And yet others say it's a voodoo curse.
Okay.
I don't like the
We're
voodoo
jumping
part.
right in. Okay.
Regardless, the story of Robert is unusual and spooky. Picture this. A wooden doll of the past, crafted around the turn of the 20th century, made by hand, stuffed with an unusual wood wool called Excelsior. No promises on that pronunciation. Wearing a sailor suit. And once he had painted features, like a jester. Robert stands an unsettling 40 inches tall.
He's like one of those old giant Barbie dolls.
Oh my gosh, those are so scary.
Yeah.
I wanted one so badly, though.
Me too.
Oh gosh. Robert does not look like a Barbie doll, everyone. Just so you know. Check out the show notes to see pictures. But Robert is more than any old doll. Some believe he is something else entirely. Some believe he's a vessel for restless spirits. It all began in the early 1900s in a small town in Germany where the Steiff Company, renowned for their handcrafted dolls, made Robert. The legendary Margaret Steiff herself, who founded the company, crafted many of the earliest dolls, and some believe that she was the one who made Robert. She passed away in 1909, and it's believed she had a hand in making him, so that makes him even more rare. And maybe, perhaps cursed from the start.
cursed from the start.
Dun, dun, dun. From there, Robert found his way across the ocean to America, into the hands of the Otto family right here in Key West, Florida. In 1904, Robert Eugene Otto, a young boy, received the doll as a gift. And that's when things began to get a little strange. Some say the doll was a gift from a servant, with speculation that the servant cursed the doll using voodoo. But most believe it was a gift from the boy's grandfather. Gene, as the boy was known, formed an unshakable bond with the doll he named Robert, after himself. So he gave the doll his own name. Gene.
Well, you know, my kids, one time they named our fish Seven. We had Seven and D. So kids aren't always like that great at naming stuff.
He's like thinking, what is such a great name? I know. Robert. So Gene and Robert began doing everything together. Gene took him everywhere. He referred to Robert as if he were a real person. Then there's a story that one night, Gene woke up during the night to find Robert sitting at the end of his bed, staring at him. He screamed for help and his mother comes running, only to find Gene, terrified, curled up on his bed. The room, a chaotic mess. And guess who's sitting at the end of the bed, staring? Robert.
Oh, man.
Robert. Terrified Gene wouldn't say anything at first. And then Gene said 3 words he would use often throughout the years. Robert did it.
Mm-hmm. Do we think it was Robert or Gene that did it?
I mean, what do you do when you're the mom and you're like, what's going on?
Right? I don't know. It's either super scary or also maybe your kid's a little naughty.
And you're like, clean up this mess. Yeah. Put that doll away. Oh, I don't know. I would be so scared.
I would be scared too. I would be scared too.
Robert would probably get a new home quick.
Mm-hmm. Well, you would try to give Robert a new home.
Oh, okay. So the strangeness continued. Reports from the Otto family speak of eerie events, objects moving when no one was near, footsteps heard in empty rooms. This one gives me a chill. Overhearing Gene talking and getting a response in a different voice.
That's creepy.
Oh,
that's very
chill
creepy.
Down
I don't
my
like
spine. That. And even seeing Robert's expression change, like when conversations were happening or people looked at him. And remember, his face is painted.
Yeah.
So throughout his childhood, Gene and Robert remained the best of friends. But anytime Gene got in trouble, he would simply say, Robert did it.
Robert did it. It was Robert. It wasn't me.
Robert. Robert remained in Key West while Gene went to study art in New York and Paris.
Wow.
Yeah, he was pretty fancy.
Yeah.
He met and married his wife Anne while in Paris. After Gene's parents died, he moved his wife Anne into the house over on Eaton Street. By this time, Gene is a renowned artist and he loved painting. He would often go up to the turret room to paint because of the lighting, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But guess who Gene became reunited with while up there? Robert. The bond between Gene and Robert continued. Robert would often be propped up in the window watching Gene paint. Meanwhile, poor Anne is uncomfortable with Robert.
Yeah.
And she's insistent. She's like, Gene, keep him locked up in the attic.
What's going on with Robert? And what's going on with you, Gene?
You moved me here from Paris, and now you have this doll.
Now I have to share my house with this creepy doll. Oh,
Robert's got to stay upstairs. So she's like, please, Gene, keep Robert locked up in the attic. But people passing by the house would report hearing giggling, seeing Robert move around, seeing his expression change. Again, there it is. Or even seeing Robert mock them from out of the high turret window.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? All I can picture is, did you ever see the Goosebumps movie with the ventriloquist doll?
Oh, yeah.
I just
Yes.
pictured that.
Yes. Oh, Robert.
Jean is like, Anne, I am sure I put Robert away in the attic. But every time he went up, it was reported that Robert would be back in the rocking chair by the window. A little bit to know about Jean. We mentioned he's an artist. He designed the gallery at the Fort East Martello Museum. And he had dreams of turning his own home into a museum, a place where his artistic spirit could live on. But his dream was never realized. After his death in 1974, his house, do you know which one it is?
Which one is it?
It became known as the Artist House.
Where is it?
It's on Eaton, only like I think it's a block or two off of Duval, and it's purpley, and it has that turret there.
Yeah.
And so now I think it's still in B&B. People bought it, and had like residents and things like that, and we'll get into that in a couple minutes. But now people can go and stay there still.
Oh man,
I wonder if any of that spooky energy remains there.
I don't know. Or did Robert take him? What's going on with Robert now?
Okay.
Where is he now? Tell us.
Man. Okay. So Jean dies in 1974. R.I.P. Jean.
R.I.P. Rest in peace.
A woman named Myrtle Reuter purchased the Artist House, and a bonus that went along with her purchase, Robert. Robert is still up in the attic, and he stayed there. But tenants renting rooms from Myrtle would report hearing footsteps in the attic. And the only one up there is our favorite spooky doll. There's even a story that one day a plumber was in the house doing some work, and he heard giggling. He turned around to find old Robert and moved across the room on his own.
Oh my gosh.
I would be like, okay, see ya.
Yeah.
Everything's great here.
What's Myrtle doing? She's like, hey, don't worry about Robert.
So I think Myrtle's like, what is happening here? But I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know if she was so bothered. But around this time, a newspaper reporter from the Solaris Sun, I think it was a local paper at that time.
Okay.
His name is Malcolm Ross. He hears about Robert. So he pays a visit. He's, a little bit skeptical, wants to see what's going on here, He pays a visit, and he said it appeared that Robert's expression changed as if he were listening to the conversation going on around him. His eyes seemed to move as people were talking. He was watching, listening. One man made an insulting comment about Jean, and Robert's expression changed to one of contempt.
Oh. I wasn't trying to make any insulting comments about Jean before.
No.
FYI.
No. Jean, very talented.
Very talented individual.
Malcolm Ross, the reporter, says, quote, there was some kind of intelligence there. The doll was listening to us.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting scared. Okay.
Me too, a little bit. I'm like looking around like, are any of the kids' dolls out? I hope not.
Don't get any ideas.
I'm going to get you a doll for Christmas.
Don't get any ideas, Brat's doll.
So despite all of this, Myrtle, sweet Myrtle, she keeps Robert. And she even took Robert with her when she moved from that home a few years later.
Aww.
Myrtle spends 20 years with Robert.
Oh my gosh.
And finally, she donated him to the Key West Art and Historical Society. And he was taken to the Fort East Martello Museum, which, remember,
that his dad or his brother, I don't know, his best friend is the one that designed it, right?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So Myrtle takes Robert over there, and she warns the staff that he's haunted and that he's moved around her home on his own. She even reported that Robert had locked her in her room once.
Oh my gosh. She was so sweet to just let him hang around for 20 whole years though, and he's locking her in the bathroom or in her room.
Well, I think part of it is because Myrtle believed that Robert the doll contained the spirit of a child. Oh. So I think she almost felt a little like of a caretaker.
Oh, right.
Like
a little empathy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So Robert arrives at the museum, but he wasn't put on display. He was kept in the back, covered with a sheet. and like there for a while.
Forgotten about.
Yeah. I mean, because by that time, you know, the story of Robert's kind of like died down a little bit. He hasn't been in his turret room.
Yeah.
Who knows where Myrtle was living.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm imagining him in the back storage room, just like dust with all the dusty artifacts and stuff. Okay.
Until 1996, a man named David Sloan, who we know and have met, would find himself drawn to Robert's mystery. So David is a local ghost tour guide. He's a paranormal researcher. He's an author. He's known around this small town.
Yeah. Super cool guy.
Very sweet. So he goes to the museum, meets Robert, and he said he saw something that would change his life forever. As he photographed Robert, something amazing, extraordinary happened. The doll came to life. Not like he started moving and dancing and things like that. Right. Not physically. But in David's eyes, he said Robert shifted. It was like the doll knew he was being observed, and it was an awareness that sent a chill right down David's spine.
What?
So David goes on this quest to find the truth about Robert, and his search for the truth leads him down a dark and twisted path. He uncovered rare Otto family archives and discovered what he claims are the true origins of Robert. He says the Steiff company in Germany had made Robert, but that the legends around the doll were a little different and perhaps a little darker than what others had said. So the angry servant that was spoken of in stories was none other than Emmeline Abbott, a woman that had ties to the Otto family. The little girl spirit that Myrtle claimed was trapped inside Robert, that, according to David, is Abby, Emmeline's daughter, who David believes her presence is still within Robert to this day.
Oh, wow. Do we know what happened to her?
In my research, I couldn't find much about what happened to her. I'm assuming, you know, that there was some sort of unexpected child death, which is always traumatic and so sad. But Emmeline was a servant for the Otto family.
Okay.
So many believe Robert the doll is evil or even cursed. And we've heard from a lot of people, if you don't respect Robert, bad fortune will follow.
Yes.
But here's where I found out something that was a little bit different. David, after spending years with Robert, uncovers something that was a little bit startling. According to him, Robert is the vessel for not just one spirit, but for several. So although Abby's spirit does linger within the doll, she's not the malevolent force that people believe to be. It's the spirits around Abby, also inside Robert. They protect Abby. And those are the spirits that you should fear.
Oh, wow.
So not sure how many spirits we're talking about.
Yeah.
And also not sure if these spirits are, you know, human spirits or if these are like
something darker.
Deeper, darker, more ancient, you know?
Yeah. Well, also, are they protecting her or are they, you know,
trapping her?
Trapping her.
Oh, that makes my heart feel so sad.
I know.
Oh. According to David, though, they are protecting her, but perhaps at the expense of alive humans.
Everyone else around them. Okay.
So Robert is still at the Fort East Martello Museum today. He's kept in a glass case, and visitors report that his mischievous acts continue. People report feeling uneasy, electronics not working, and eyes that follow you as you move across the room. There's even a video of somebody speaking to Robert, and then a child's ball kind of just like falls off of the...
What?
No. It's so spooky.
Oh my gosh.
Stories about the curse of Robert continue even today. We know here lots of people who will avoid seeing Robert.
Yes, they don't go there.
No, like the locals are like, no, thank you. But lots of tourists go.
Yeah.
People claim if you disrespect Robert or take his photo without permission, bad luck will come to you. People have claimed to suffer a myriad of misfortunes after not treating Robert with the proper respect. There's claims of job losses, divorce, accidents, health problems, and more. I just heard a story at a birthday party with my son, and it was about a woman who had taken a photo of Robert without permission, and then just a few days later had to be put on a medevac helicopter to the mainland for some strange and unusual illness.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
Also,
just
she should have known better.
I mean,
no, there's no excuse for that.
I wonder if it's just that thing, like, really?
Yeah, that's not real.
Yeah, I can just like test this a little bit.
Yeah, there's no way. I would not be taking any chances with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no.
No way.
No, thank you. So Robert's put on display at the museum. Soon after he's put on display, letters start arriving. The letters are addressed to Robert himself. Visitors, not just like one or two, like, apologize for disrespecting him, begged for forgiveness, and confessed their sins. And those letters are still arriving every single day. There are some letters on display at the museum, and they are still coming. So despite all of this, David Sloan says that the things that happen and are attributed to Robert are mostly the result of the energy people bring with them when they visit Robert. He says asking permission from the doll can be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't feel like you should be opening up a conversation with stuff like that,
Robert, can I take your picture? And he's like, no.
No, thank you.
And you're like, oh, so
That's
sorry.
a hard pass.
So sorry. I know Robert was the ambassador for the Fantasy Fest parade, which is a big celebration in Key West around Halloween.
Yes.
And so David Sloan and Robert led the parade, and he was everywhere. I saw Robert on the float, but did not take the picture.
Kept that phone right in your purse, right?
Yeah. Also tried to avoid eye contact. It's just something unsettling.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, and it's not a creepy looking doll per se. Like he's very pastel kind of color, soft colors.
I mean, he's wearing a cutie Layla suit.
But there is just something about him that makes you feel a little uneasy.
Yeah, it's just a little strange. So again, David says, really, it's not Robert causing all these things. It's
everybody inside.
Everybody else.
Everybody inside Robert.
Right. So David's advice for not getting cursed by Robert, he says, quote, respect the doll, respect the fort, respect the little girl. Mm-hmm. And I think, that little girl is Abby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Is Robert cursed by the dark power of voodoo? Or is he something else entirely? Is he just thriving on the energy of others who come into contact with him?
Or is he a vessel for a bunch of different stuff?
Is he just misunderstood? Is he just mischievous and playful? I'm not sure what to believe, but I know that I will not be taking any photos of Robert anytime soon.
Absolutely not.
Whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear. Robert the doll is far from just a relic of the past. He's alive in ways we might not fully understand. And his story is far from over. Do you want to hear some of the apology letters people have sent?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's hear them.
Okay. I don't know if my visit upset you, as it was never meant to be. Since my visit to Key West, I've experienced some very horrible events. I just hope they're not connected in any way to my visit. But if they are, please accept my humblest apologies for anything that may have offended you during my time there. That was from Tracy.
It's kind of, something really bad has to happen for you to think back and go, what is going on in my life? What went so wrong?
Right.
Like, what is the moment where everything changed? And you go, oh, I went and visited this doll when I was on vacation.
Yeah.
That's, that's the moment that everything changed.
That one just makes me like, I just want to know, Tracy, what's happening? Are you okay? Can you tell us?
Yeah. Tracy, if you're out there, go to our website
and let us know.
Give us an update.
Okay. I have a few more. And some of these are very spooky. This is from Kathy C. My husband and I visited the museum December of 2019. My husband took your picture without asking.
Husbands.
Of course. That's so typical.
So predictable.
When we were leaving the museum, as I was going through the door, I felt a shock go across my shoulders. In January 2020, I was diagnosed with a severe illness and have not been well since.
Aww.
Things keep going wrong for me. I want to say we are sorry we took your picture without asking. Please forgive us.
Aww.
So for me, that one gave me a chill because she's there December 2019.
Yeah.
She's leaving. She gets that like,
Yeah.
you know, across her shoulders. And then the next month, she's diagnosed with that illness.
Aww.
And then I'm assuming other things are going wrong because.
Yeah.
So here's one more. This is from Eric D. I would like to start off by apologizing to you for being rude and taking your picture without having your permission. When I initially asked you for permission and almost immediately started having chest pains, I should have known that it wasn't okay to take your picture. Again?
Yes.
I mean,
duh.
so you ask permission and Robert's like, no, thank you.
Also, I have a feeling he was like, Robert, can I have permission?
Oh, that's true.
Do you know, like, he wasn't really being sincere.
It was just like checking off the box. Look, I'm doing this.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can see it being like a little mocking. And if it wasn't Eric, sorry.
Yeah.
When I initially asked you for your permission and almost immediately started having chest pains, I should have known that it wasn't okay to take your picture. Again, I am truly sorry for not listening to you. Since visiting you about 3 years ago, my house has been struck by lightning 3 times.
Stop it. That is crazy.
I mean, 3 times, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's get a lightning rod up there, Eric. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, a rental home I was scheduled to vacation at caught fire the night before I was to check in. 2 nights later, the rental home we were able to stay at was struck by lightning as well. I feel like we should encourage Eric to maybe look at other aspects of his life and see if there's like some other changes that need to be made in addition to Robert. There's something going on with Eric here. Like,
yes,
Eric, you got some bad juju or something happening, man. We got to fix this up.
Yes, we need some sage or something.
Sage
An
yourself.
old priest and a young priest.
Let's get some holy water.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And at the very least, Eric, let's get a like lightning rod, right? Isn't that what they're called?
I think so. Like
at
that
the
you
top.
put at the top of your house. Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe he is the lightning rod.
Oh, he's like powder.
Yes, I've heard of
that movie?
Yes. I've heard of that. Like, I don't know if it's real, but some people just have that magnetic
They attract the
charge.
electricity.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's electric. Wow. Well,
Sorry, Eric.
Eric, I hope things are going better for you and all of these people. But listeners, I think one thing we need to remember is to be respectful of Robert and of all spooky things that we just don't understand.
Yeah.
I think being kind and respectful goes a long way.
Yeah, for sure. I think don't be, don't mock things that you're not sure about. You know? I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of, kindness, grace, and just maybe being open to learning.
Yeah.
Without making a judgment or mocking would probably go a long way and make sure that your house is safe from lightning strikes.
Absolutely.
On that note, as we started on our podcast journey, we've found that everyone in this town has a spooky story to share.
And we want to share them with you. What better way than to share a story or two with each episode?
I love it. We've decided to call this segment Somebody Told Me.
Here's our first story. So last weekend, my friend told me that she was at a local bar called General Horseplay. And it's one of those places that has a lot of, spooky stories. Most of the time people say that the hauntings happen in the bathroom, but this one was actually at the bar. And also just to kind of give you a feel for it, it's sort of a cool, eclectic kind of place. They have like
dark inside, but not like dark and grimy, more like dark and...
It's sort of like carnival themed on the inside a little bit, but in a classy, like in an upscale way.
Mm-hmm.
They have, all of the cocktails with a whole bunch of ingredients that will probably give you heartburn. Or is that just me? No, they're delicious. They're delicious. But so my friend told me that one time she was sitting at the bar and they had one of those hanging things over the bar where the wine glasses hang upside down.
Mm-hmm.
And she said all of a sudden they started shaking and rattling, and then one flew out the end and shattered against the wall. And she told me that the bartender just ran to the back room and then peeked her head around and she said, "Oh my gosh, this place is freaking haunted."
What time of day was this? I need to know everything.
I mean, I don't know. I will say this friend generally doesn't stay out very late. So it was probably early evening.
4 p.m.
Yeah. She likes to get her, a happy hour in and then head home. So that's kind of, I don't think it was a late night thing. But yeah, I thought that was so crazy because I was telling her that we had gone on this haunted bathroom bar crawl a couple of weeks ago with David Sloan. And they were telling us about, that this bathroom was haunted. And so I told her, "Oh yeah, hey, I went to this place." And then she was like, "Oh, listen to this story."
Oh my God.
Can you believe that? Isn't that crazy?
I want to go there. Let's just start hanging out there and be like,
yeah,
what is happening?
If we hang out there too much, it might be not good for our liver.
Problem.
Oh my God.
I love that. Thanks for that. Somebody told me a story. Feliz. That was awesome.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for listening to the first episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. We are so excited to share this space and these spooky stories with you.
And there's a lot more where that came from.
To support us, please tell all your friends and their friends and the friends that you don't even have yet.
Tell people at the dog park, in the grocery store, at your gym, anyone.
I have to tell you that there is a person that asked me for the third time today how the podcast is coming. So people around here are getting excited. So we're excited to spread the word.
Yeah.
You can rate and review us on iTunes and wherever you get your podcasts. Check out our social media. Our Instagram is you2scareme_podcast. Facebook is you2scareme at Facebook.
You can even send us your own spooky, scary, or weird stories for our Somebody Told Me segment at you2scaremepodcast@gmail.com. That's YOUTWO scare me podcast@gmail.com. Thanks for wandering through the shadows with us.
Until next time, stay curious and beware what lurks beyond the light.